Good afternoon and happy Sunday. Today, and let's talk about it. Today, we have a very special guest. Actually, this is our very first college admissions series. So, we will be inviting more HBCU admissions department people to come and speak and tell you about that process. We are so delighted to have a representative from Rust College. And I will have him introduce himself as soon as he comes on. And he will also tell you more about the school. We have Mr. Jefferson, and he is a wonderful person. We have several students from our program that has actually applied using the Common College application, the HBCU Common College app, and several of them have peak interest in Rust. So he is doing us a favor today, which we are greatly appreciative of, and speaking to you. He's going to tell his HBCU story. He's going to tell you things about Rust. And I am totally excited. I know Rust is in Mississippi, but I'm not quite sure where. But hopefully he will give us that information. And welcome today. We truly appreciate you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me so much. So I guess I can jump right in now. I'm
Yes,
good.
you can jump right in.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, again, thank you so much, Ms. Robinson, for having us on. It is indeed a pleasure to be here. I think any opportunity that I do have to talk about, Russ College is definitely exciting for me because it's actually twofold for me. As being now an admissions administrator and an alum of the institution, it is amazing and it does my heart all of the joy in the world any opportunity I do get to esteem our illustrious institution. So anybody that knows me and had the opportunity to talk to me, I'm very free spirited. I'm very engaging. So you're not definitely not about to get the typical elevator speeches from me. Okay, so we're definitely going to
Yay.
have yes, we're going to definitely have an engaging conversation. So buckle your seatbelt and put it on tight. Okay. But just to formally introduce myself, all the listeners and watchers who may not know who I am, I've been able to engage several of them via the Black Common now. But I am Thad Jefferson, and I serve as the Director of Admissions and Recruiting for and I do say the illustrious Rush College in Holly Springs, Mississippi. Okay,
Oh,
so I'm
I
excited to be on today. But just to give a little background about myself before we talk about Rush, I am a native son of Holly Springs. Was born
wow.
and raised there. Yeah, native son of Holly Springs. Born and raised in the city. I actually did not attend Rush initially. I attended Jackson University initially, and then ended up going to Rush afterwards. But I've been here my whole life. Graduated from high school here in 2005. Then of course ended up going to Jackson State. Then stayed at Jackson State. Came to Rush, where I obtained my bachelor's of arts degree in
Wow.
mass communications in 2009.
Okay.
And then I finished my first master's program in theology in 2014 from Liberty University. And hopefully, here in the next month or so, I begin in my EDB program with Capella. So, said
Okay. Well,
hometown boy,
you.
yeah, hometown boy, country raised, grew up in the sticks, so
Wow.
it's definitely alluring, yeah, to be on here and to talk about Russ and definitely my experience at my HBCU. But just to give a little bit in-depth information about Russ as an institution, of course, Russ is actually, a lot of people are not aware, Russ is actually one of the oldest historically black colleges in the nation.
Okay. You
This
like my
year,
alma mater.
yeah. Absolutely. So, so this year we had the esteemed privilege of celebrating 154 years of existence.
Congratulations.
We were founded in 1866. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We actually are the only historically black college founded by the U Methodist Church that's been in existence at least 100 years and still open. So yeah, we're very excited and esteemed about that. So the founded in the year 1866, 1 year removed from the abolishment of slavery. Okay, it's a
Wow.
small senior liberal arts college. Okay, definitely the oldest historically black college in the state of Mississippi. We were founded first, so we tell all our other Mississippi HBCU compadres, you're welcome. But anyway, uh,
No shade there, huh? No
but
shade.
anyway, yeah. No shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. But no, just kid, just messing around. But we're oldest in the state of Mississippi. Small institution. This year we have about 635 total students on our campus. On a normal year, COVID has had such an impact
Yeah.
on institutions across the nation. So this year we had quite a few of our upperclassmen that did not return. A lot of them, had to go home, had to take care of mama. Help
Mhm.
mama take care of brother and little sister. You know how that goes. So a lot
Yeah.
of our returning students didn't come back. So this year we have about 635. On a good year, we have anywhere from 750 to 1,000 in that range depending on the year. So it's a small school, very engaging. The student to professor ratio is very small. That's one thing that I did strive on with my experience at Rush. Okay. And then what really kind of sets Russ apart, really kind of sets Russ apart from a lot of other institutions. Is definitely going to be three things that makes us so unique because I like to think of us as being that hidden gem. A lot of people don't know about Russ, but there are so many opportunities at the institution. So this year, as well as last year, we started the policy last year and we carried it over into this year. We revised our admissions policy due to COVID. So usually our GPA requirement was a 2.5, but
Mhm.
last year we dropped our GPA requirement from a 2.5 to a 2.0. So
Wow.
this year, all of our students that are coming in, the minimum GPA requirement will be a 2.0. Now, a lot of schools, due to the pandemic as well, have decided to go test optional with acceptance with the ACT. With us, that's kind of nothing that's new to us because we've always been test optional. Russ has never been an institution that required the ACT or the SAT for acceptance. And one of the reasons why we do that is because really, technically, the ACT and the SAT really doesn't give you a full depiction of a
Mhm.
student's scholastic level because you have so many students that are brilliant in the classroom, they're just not good standardized test takers.
That's
So
true.
we just don't think that a 3-hour test should outweigh 4 years worth of work.
I
So
agree.
we just look strictly at the yeah we just look strictly at the GPA for acceptance. So 2.0, they're automatically accepted. Now the next thing, which is so special about Russ, is our cost. Like Russ is actually the most cost efficient 4-year school in the entire country. Okay,
Wow. Okay.
our total cost is only, yes, our total cost is only $14,200 for an entire year.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yes, I did not stutter, and I will repeat that again.
You gotta say that.
Okay. It's I will say that one more time. The total cost to attend Rush College is only $14,200. So whenever I share that price, people always come back and they be like, "Hold on now, that's just tuition, right?"
Yeah.
Mm-mm. That's that
That's
no,
every.
that's the total cost. That's everything. That's tuition, room, board, meal plan for the year. And then on top of that, there are 5 amenities that our institution does not charge for. Russ
What?
College does not charge any out-of-state fees.
That's a blessing right there.
We do not charge, yes, we do not charge anything for books.
Oh.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. We do
Okay.
not charge, yeah, we do not charge Yeah. We do not
Wow.
charge anything for lab fees, technology fees, or tutoring. So the 5 amenities that we don't charge for will be out of state, books,
Hmm.
lab fees, technology fees, tutoring. All of those are absolutely free. Okay.
Time out.
So everybody that comes into the yeah,
You said tutoring.
yes. Tutoring is a free
Okay.
service at our school.
I need to go there.
Yeah. So everybody that comes to us pays just a flat rate of $14,200 annually. So of course, we break that down into 2 semesters. So the first semester is 7,200, and the second semester is 7,000. Okay, and that's total for the year. Okay, And we do very extensive academic scholarships to our school. Now, another thing, and this is another thing that kind of sets us apart, especially in the midst of this pandemic. Most schools have went test optional for acceptance. Russ, what
Mm-hmm.
we decided to do, we decided to go test optional, to remain test optional for acceptance, but also go test optional for scholarships. So
Wow.
all of our academic scholarships are test optional. Yes, they are GPA only as well.
Oh man. Well, I
Right?
got about 5 students with
I'm telling
3.5.
you.
Speak up. You going to Russ? No
Bring them
exception.
on. We ready for them. We ready for them. I'm telling you now. And so our academic scholarship, the GPA to start for those is only 3.0. And so
Okay.
the minimum of those scholarships starts at $10,000. Okay. So any student that comes into Russ and has a 3.0 GPA to a 3.24 GPA, okay, they qualify for our academic dean scholarship. That scholarship is worth $10,000. So
Okay.
students come in and they have a 3.25 GPA to a 3.49 GPA, they qualify for our presidential scholarship. That's worth
Okay. Come through
$12,000.
Russ with the money.
You know, that's worth $12,000. So any student that has a 3.5 or higher, that's a full. Okay,
That's a
that's a
what?
full scholarship. Full, FULL. It is a full exclamation point, smiley face. Okay,
Oh,
it
wow.
is a full scholarship, and our full scholarship covers every aspect of our cost. So any student that's on a full scholarship, all that they pay each year annually is their room reservation fee, right? And that's it. They don't pay anything outside their pocket. The room reservation fee is only $60.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
so once they pay that, that's it. That's it. So again, all of them are test optional. So it doesn't matter what you made on the ACT, as long as you meet the GPA requirement, you can be issued those scholarships. Now, however, we only do a certain amount of those. We only do 20 of each. Okay, so
Okay.
it's really so it's 60 of them total. So the first 60 students, what you have to do to lock them in is students have to, of course, they have to apply, and
Mm-hmm.
then they have to write us a 500-word essay on why they want to go to college. They have to
Okay.
pay the room fee, and they have to submit a signed scholarship letter that we submit, and they have to do all of this by May 1st. So the first 60
Yay.
students that does that is a student that will be guaranteed them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. So we tell so like so although you got that May 1st deadline, don't drag your feet now because the first 60 to get them now. That's who got them.
mm,
Okay. Then
wow.
again, Rush is small. Again, and the experience is so engaging. A lot of times it's kind of hard for me to kind of find the words to express how impactful Russ is for me. And then I'm gonna go back to finishing my little spiel about the school before I get into my experience. But
Okay.
we have over 19 different degree track programs at Russ. The most
Mhm.
popular degree program that we have is our biology pre-med program.
Wow.
About almost half of our student body population are biology pre-med majors. So that's the most popular.
That's
We have our 19 different degree programs are broken down into five different divisions. So that'll be the division of humanities, business, math and science, social science, and education. Those are our five different divisions with all of our 19 different majors broken
mm,
down into them. We do have athletics on our campus as well. We
okay.
participate in the NAIA Division One GCAC conference. If you include men and women, we have 11 different sports on our campus, and we do offer athletic scholarships. So outside of academics and athletics, we also do scholarships for our choir. So we've got any singers out there, got some choirs. Now
Yay.
you trying to get some choir money.
That's
Okay, we do scholarships for the choir and we do scholarships for the band. And Russ is also a United Negro College Fund affiliated institution. So we
awesome.
offer scholarships filtered through the UNCO. So our thing is at our school, we try to keep our students as far away from loans as possible. Now, of course, no school can say that every student that goes to the institution is loan free. That's just not accurate. But when you look at the average loans that our students take out and base that against the national average, it's
Mhm.
pennies in a bucket. So we try to do all that we can to exhaust all free funding first before we even think
Wow.
about considering a loan. We've done very, very, very well with that over here. That's one of the things that I can appreciate about Russ attending there because I got my degree in communications. I was able to leave there with very, very very minimal debt when I left there. And that's one thing now as an adult I can appreciate. I don't have all these loans attached to my credit. light bulb
Hello,
moment, students.
somebody.
Okay, so yeah, I'm telling you, yeah. So I don't have that, but Rush was such an impactful place. For me, I was there from '05 to '09, and but again, like I said before, sometimes it's kind of difficult for me to kind of find the words of how impactful Russ was for me.
Mhm.
Just being a place not only that engaged me educationally, but was really there for me on all facets. Like even if there were things that I was battling that was affecting my life, it was so many people there, and so many mentors, and so many administrators that really engaged me on that level. And I tell people all the time, I would not be who I am today if it wasn't for Russ. That's what made me fall in love with the institution. But don't get me wrong, all of us as higher ed admissions rep, we want the best of the best to come to our school. Now, we want the 4.5s and we want the 25, 26s on the ACT. But however, there are some bright students that are actually in this nation and around the surrounding areas that we recruit that may not have those accolades, but are great students.
Mhm.
They may have a 2.2 or a 2.3 and nothing but a 15 on ACT. But some of these students are graduating the top of their educational classes in college. Because I
Mhm.
think one thing that we don't consider, a lot of us don't consider, is that there is a lot sometimes that go into a student's academia.
That's
Like with us at Rush, and there's one thing I appreciate us for looking at is that sometimes students are victims of circumstances. We have students that come from all over the nation that are come from all different walks of life. They are battling with homelessness. They're battling with low income families. Like some of them actually have to have jobs where they take
mhm.
care of their siblings. You're talking about a student who's working a full-time job at night because they got to take care of their little mom, their little brother, and their little sister, and then they're trying to get up and go to school the next morning. Of course, that's going to have an effect on their academia. And so I think a lot of times we don't consider those factors in higher ed when being selective of our students. Out in Rush, we believe that those students still deserve a shot. We don't want our students to feel and think nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, we don't want our students to feel and think and get a big hopelessness because they were victims of circumstance that they don't deserve to go to a 4-year institution. So we've
That's
had countless upon countless amounts of students that may not have been your typical 3.035 students. They have left Rush and become executive producers, have left Rush and become lawyers, have
wow.
left Rush and become entrepreneurs, vice presidents of banks, you name it. And so that's what really made me be so proud to be an Russ alum. Not just for it being able to draw those top echelon students, but to really be able to also take those students that nobody else wanted to give a shot to, that nobody else really wanted to give a chance to, and totally change and redirect their lives. I had a colleague of mine that went to Rush. He
That's
graduated from Rush, and while he was in school at Rush, he lost both of his parents like 15 months apart. And so he was going to drop out of school, but our vice president and our dean of students at the time wouldn't let him. So they actually took this young man in as their very own, and actually provided for him both tangibly and educationally to ensure that he got through school. And he would tell you to the day, if it had not been for those two, he would not have finished school. I mean, you can imagine if you're 19, 20 years old and you're in college and you lose both of your parents 15 months apart.
that
That's tough.
from
That's tough.
me.
Both of them. Yeah, not just
Anything.
one, but both of them.
Yeah.
And for us to kind of stand, that's the type of institution that it is. It really believes in stepping in and being those things and being those needs, that our students may not have. Like on campus this year, we developed a food pantry where our students can actually come in and get food and get water and get if they need toothpaste, if they need toothbrushes, if they need Listerine, if they need soap. Our alumni association and some of the employees on campus actually pitched in to help fund this pantry that we keep going throughout the year because we know COVID has had such an impact on people. And a lot of our students, they
Mhm.
don't have the resources they may have had last year, but are still trying to get their degree. So we wanted to ensure that we kind of alleviate them of all obstacles. So we did that, and the pantry is free. It's free subsidy. They come in and get what they need whenever they need it, and it's funded by the alums and some of the employees on campus. So that's the type of place that I tell students and parents all the time because I believe in the spirit of transparency. Russ, we're headed in a different direction now. We just got a new president. um, Dr. Ivy Taylor. She actually started on June 1st. And her thing is she really wants to modernize the institution and kind of provide it a propellant and give it the emphasis that it needs to be more applicable and attractive in the 21st century. So
Mm-hmm.
we're headed definitely in that direction now. So I tell students all the time, Rush is not a bells and whistles school. A lot of the incentives that you may see at your larger institution, we don't have it. I'm just gonna tell you, we don't have it. But at the same time, when it comes to a place being impactful and a place where you can go and just feel like everybody around you actually wants to sincerely see you win and see you achieve and will move heaven and earth to ensure that you get it, don't get
Man.
any better than Russ. And I share a story with you. When I was a student at Russ, when I come out of high school, I was always
Mm-hmm.
a student that hated math. Like
That's
to
me.
this day, I
Uh-oh. Sorry.
have. Yeah, I'm back.
There you go. Uh-oh. Did I hit it again? I'm sorry.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah,
My
I'm good now. You're fine. I'm good now. So I was always a student that you're fine that hated math. So when I got to school, and a little bit I know, show you how naive I was. When I got out of high school, I thought that I would never ever have to see a math class again because my major had nothing to do with math. I was going to be a communications major. But then nobody tell me that no matter what your major is, all first time freshmen still had to take college algebra. Like, oh
no.
my God, nobody told me. But but so I remember I was trying to hold out college algebra for as long as I could. So I ended up taking it the second semester of my freshman year. So when I
Mm.
started taking the class, I mean, I was bombing everything. Probably like the first 2 weeks, the best grade I could hope for was going to be a D.
Oh
So I
wow.
just stopped going to the class. Yeah, I was doing horrible in that class mode. It was terrible. But I just stopped. I just stopped going to the class. I just stopped going to the class. But I will never forget it. It was a day. People like, you remember the exact day and the time? I'm like, yeah, because this day changed my life forever. It was February the 17th, 2006, 2:17 p.m. in the afternoon. I
Oh,
was
you
sitting
serious?
in my, yeah, I remember, girl. I remember to the T. You hear me? So I was sitting in my residential hall and I heard a knock at my door. And, I'm getting excited because it's usually the type of time of the day my guys come by, we go and we hang out, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I open the door and it's actually my college algebra professor. And he's
Oh.
like, "Hey, you ain't been in my class in a while, brother. What's going on?" I was like, "Doc, look, I'm not going to pass your class. So I'm just going to fail you and I take you later on." And he was like, "No, man, I want you to come to my class. Get dressed, come to my class." So 18-year-old and reluctant, I did so. And I kid you not, Mo, from that day until the class ended, this man worked with me every single day
That's
with
good.
linear equations, with Pythagorean theorem. I mean, I can do all this stuff in my sleep now. And I ended up getting an A in college algebra.
Wow.
And it was in that moment where I understood where I was, that Rush was more than just a school. This is like a real family. For this man to, first of all,
Mhm.
have enough attentiveness to all the hundreds and hundreds of students that he teach, to have the attentiveness to know that one of them had been consistently missing. And then
Yeah.
he had to do his research to find me because I didn't tell him where I lived on campus. So he had to do. I didn't tell him. So he had to. I did not. So he had to do some research to find out where I was. So
Mhm.
to do all of that and then to work, we did not miss a day for 6 straight weeks. We did not miss a day working together. And
Wow.
so for him to have that enough unction and have that enough fervency about himself to say, I don't want not one of my students to be left behind and to fail. Because this man got paid whether I passed or fail.
That's
But
true.
that showed me that it wasn't about that with him, that he really wanted to ensure that his students were successful.
Mm.
And that right there, like, I can't even, like, now I'm getting emotional even thinking about it. I couldn't even find the words to tell you what that meant to me as an 18-year-old student that felt defeated by a math course. To have somebody who has been there, done that, who has achieved as high as this
Mm.
man achieved, to say that I don't want you to feel like you're on the island. I want to reassure you that we're in this together. And whatever I need to do to make sure that you're successful is what I'm going to do. And that's why it cut me up and I bleed Rush Blue to this day because it's the way how impactful it is and what it does and how the people that are there really ensure that to the student body, look, we're here with you, we're in this with you, and whatever it is you need from us to make sure that you're successful, we're going to do that. And I try to do that now, now that I'm on the other side. I try to be that for my students, to make sure and to ensure that whatever they need from me, if I need to move heaven and earth for them, to make sure that they're taken care of, and like to go beyond the call of duty. Like, my title says director of admissions, but I'm big brother. I'm father figure. I'm counselor. I'm psychiatrist. I'm psychologist. You know,
Wow.
so
That is
whatever,
truly
whatever they
amazing.
need, whatever they need. Yeah, whatever they need, I try to be there for them, because somebody did that for me. So my philosophy is that it doesn't matter what we've achieved and what we've attained in this life, we haven't achieved or obtained anything without some help. You
That's true.
know, uh, some of us have had some help along the way. We didn't do it on our own, so we can't expect for our children to be able to do it on their own. So we have to be there for them. And
Mm.
so let me get out my little soapbox. So, but anyway,
No, that was
I just love it. I
inspiring,
love the
and
institution.
I'm sitting here and speak like, wow. Like, you didn't tell me all that about yourself, and I did my research on the other half, and that wasn't part of it either. But that is so amazing. So that's probably why when I call, you answer immediately, like, "Hey, what student we working on today?" So no, I appreciate it. I truly, truly appreciate it. Like that.
Oh
So now
yeah.
that's the story
Oh
behind
yeah,
it.
man.
It's in your heart. You experienced it. So
Oh
because
yeah.
you experienced it, you making paths for everybody else.
Most definitely.
So
I have
I
to.
love it.
Yes,
I,
yes,
I
I
love
have
it.
to. I have to. So yeah, we definitely, like I said, we definitely want all students out there who, may have a tweaked interest in Rust. We definitely want you guys, want them on our campus this year. And so, like I said, I've been able to engage a lot of them on the Black Common app and been able to talk to several students on the Black Common app. That has been such an amazing platform for us because for us, with us being a small school, the marketing and the PR campaigns are not as accessible unto us as it is your larger schools that have those larger platforms. So to be able
Mm-hmm.
to have that type of accessibility to so many countless students all over the nation has been amazing, and I have definitely taken full advantage, of that platform, and plan on continuing to do so, because it has been so remarkable. As I say, I know, and don't get me wrong, every student and every parent that I talk to, I want them to become a part of our family. Realistically, will that
Yeah.
happen? Of course not. I wanted to, but realistically, it's just not gonna happen. But I think that the holistic picture has to go so far beyond that. We have to ensure that we are using the gifts and the tools and the knowledge that we have, to invest and make sure that all of our children are making the right decisions for themselves, even if that decision might not be our schools. Because I remember I met this one parent on the Black Common app, and I think that her son was from South Carolina, and so her son really wasn't interested in leaving the state. But I told her, hey, that's fine, but what is it that I can do for you that could possibly help you guys, give you the tools that you need to make the right decision for yourself. Because this was
Mm.
her first child, so she wasn't really knowledgeable of the college access process. So her and I had a Zoom, and I gave her all of the knowledge that I have, and what to do and how to do it to ensure they find the right institution for themselves. And that what our holistic picture have to be. I said, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we want to get all these students to come out of school, but realistically, they're not. But I think at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we are still impacting every student that we come across. And guess what? The more students that we help get in schools, even if they're not our own, that's the less that's on the street. That's the less that we lose to the system.
You better
And
preach
so I think that holistically, our picture, yeah, you better talk. Hey, don't get it Sunday too. Hey, you better come on in here. But but, but that has to be the
that.
overall picture, man. So that student, them getting that knowledge was just to me as rewarding to me as them actually coming to Rush. So but Russ is such an amazing place, and I really, really love telling the story of the institution. Like, we're the hidden gem. A lot of people don't know about us, but there's so much going on, so much opportunity, definitely at Russ, and we just want to be able to spread the word about it for sure.
Well, that is awesome. I have truly enjoyed your inspiring story, your testimony, your reason, your purpose.
Okay.
I think you found your purpose at Russ. But
Oh
I
yeah.
do have a couple of questions. I have a lot of comments that are in my text feed. where people they
Mm-hmm.
love your energy. But I do have a question for somebody hit text. If they're aspiring, like what is the timeline to get acceptance letters in Rust? Like if they apply, what
Well,
is the time?
usually, well, thank you for bringing that up. Now what we have been able to do, yeah, thank you. That's a great question. Now what we've been able to do, kind of very, very efficiently this year, and that was one of my goals. I kind of wanted to decrease our turnover rate, our conversion rates, so that our students can be hearing from us faster. Now, with our students that have applied to rest on the Black Common app, those students that have directly reached out to me, we actually have been able to get their correspondence out to them within 24 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, and we've done very, very good, been very good and very successful with that. So really, I'll definitely make sure that I leave it before I get off today. I'm gonna leave my contact information. So any student that applies to RIS, they contact me, and it's best to contact me either via phone is the best way to contact me. If they contact me and well, Miss Jefferson, I just applied to your school and I just issued a transcript. What I would do is if I'm not in my office, the very next morning, I will pull the information, process it, and instantaneously send out their acceptance letter via email, and then they'll get another copy that'll be sent via mail. So we've done exceptionally well for that. So if they contact me, I can get their information to them in 24-hour period.
Okay, I have another. Well, they light me up on both feeds because you do know that this does, and I probably didn't
Come
announce it.
on.
It goes to 5 different streaming sites. So if I'm looking down, I'm listening to you, but I'm trying to make sure I get their questions answered. One of the
No
questions
problem.
in on one of the pages is asking, because you mentioned scholarships earlier,
Hmm.
how do they apply for Rust scholarships?
Well, what we do is because we try to streamline our scholarship processing. So once the
Mhm.
students actually apply and do the application, however they do the application, whether they do it on our website or whether they do it via whatever source that they use, and they submit us the transcript, that's all we need to actually send them a scholarship offer. We don't do separate applications from our regular admissions applications because we try to minimize the paperwork. So we don't want you to have to do an application with us and then have to come back and do another application for scholarships. You know, so once
That's
they
too
actually
much.
do the general application and submit us with a transcript, we at that point can go and send them out a scholarship offer. That's all they have to do for the offer.
Okay. Okay. Well, you answered. She said
Hmm.
thank you. So you answered that one.
You're welcome.
The other. Oh, okay, you have all kind of comments coming up on here for you.
Come on, come on. I welcome it. Come on,
So,
y'all.
the other question is, what exactly? I know. Are the students still well scholars? I don't like to use students a lot. Are the scholars returning to campus for next semester, or they had to take everything out? Do you have summer programs? How does that work?
Oh, they are. They will be returning this semester. We what we did was all of our students, we tried to get them to take as much as they could back, but those that didn't, we allowed them to allocate or put some of their stuff in their closet space for when they return. So students will be returning to the campus. So what we did this year is that we cut our first semester a little shorter.
Oh,
Um, and so after our students left for Thanksgiving break, they don't return to the campus until January the 3rd.
oh wow.
Because between that Thanksgiving and Christmas break is only a 2 week period. So to
Mm,
make up for those 2 weeks that we missed, we just started our school year 2 weeks earlier this year. So that
okay.
kind of made up for the time we have them off. So we actually don't have any students on campus right now. The only students that are on campus now are our basketball players because they have some games. Matter of fact, they played a few games this week. But other than that, those are the only students that are on campus right now. So they'll be returning back to the campus January 3rd. So they get a nice little break.
Oh wow, that's a nice little. I need to come to Russ.
So we kind of did that with it was for COVID reasons, because we don't want to send all of our students home for Thanksgiving and then they come right back and then we have to send them right back out. So Thanksgiving they're gonna be over everybody's house. They're gonna be over Auntie Bam them house cutting juju, paw paw them, and all of them at the building, everybody house eating everybody food. So we just said, okay,
That's
we're just
true.
gonna let y'all stay there, just stay there so we won't have all these different transactions, that many transactions of students coming on and off the campus in such a short period of time. So we just said we'll
Hmm.
just let you stay for the entire duration. Then of course when everybody come back, they have to be tested before they move back into their residential hall.
Okay. So
Hmm.
are they having roommates? Are they single rooms, or how are y'all doing that because of the pandemic?
Now, what we did also this year is that when you look online, we have a very extensive CDC policy. That
Mm,
was actually working pretty proficient for us. So
that's
this year,
good.
what we did was the first thing that we did was cut our on-campus population in half. So
Wow.
this year, we only had about 350 students on campus total.
Mhm.
Um, and so everybody else that wasn't on campus was 100% online. So
Okay.
with our first time students, we had three residential halls on our campus that were single occupancy, and then we had two residential halls where the rooms are quite kind of a nice size. So we were able to still do two in those rooms and still have the 6 feet apart distancing in those. But three of them were single occupancy, which was our two freshman residential halls, and then our honors dorm. All of those were single occupancy, so everybody was trying to get in those rooms so they get their own room.
Exactly.
so,
I mean,
that's what we did this year, and yeah, yeah, and I
that
definitely have to
home
get a
run
shout out to my
is
students because they were so with the CD, yeah, yeah, and with the CDC policy, I have to give a shout out to them because they were so disciplined with it. Because of it, it
good.
restricted a lot of stuff. The activity centers weren't as accessible. But they were really adherent to those policies and followed them accordingly. And it was really all the way up until about mid late October we did real good, but some of our students kind of got a little enticed during that period of our old campus party that was being hosted, and so some of them just couldn't fight the fever anymore, and they just
Oh,
had
I
to
remember
had to
those
go.
days. I
They just
remember those.
had to go. I was like, oh my god! But other than that, we've had a great year as it relates to CDC, and I definitely have to give kudos to my students for being so disciplined and adhering to the policies.
Oh, Mr. President is talking to you on here. He said, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Russ College, what's happening?" Mr. Anthony H. Brown,
Hey, what's
UNCF.
going on, Mr. Brown? How you doing, sir?
Yes, that
Glad
is
you're
my
on here, my friend.
brother.
It's
So
your partner in
yeah,
crime, huh?
yes, that is my partner in crime. He had
Yes.
a whole bunch of Krispy Kreme gift certificates that
Oh wow.
that we was
That's
giving away.
love right there.
Yeah, we do have door
Yeah.
prizes as mentioned, but I dropped the ball because I didn't put the names in the wheel, so can't miss with
Uh-oh.
oh yes, I dropped the ball.
Oh my goodness.
But
Oh
this
my
is
goodness. Yeah, and
I
another
can't
thing
help it. I can't help it,
go ahead,
Mr.
I'm
Jeff.
sorry.
So sorry, I can't. I was supposed to though, but I do. I have. Ken, I took a picture of it. You seen it? I had the Kindles, the Echo, whatever it's called, the Krispy Kreme donut,
Wow.
and it was something else. Oh, an egg maker that we're giving away. And all they have to do is like the YouTube channel. But Anthony, I'm gonna make sure I draw his name
Wow.
for the donuts. Let me quit being like that.
That's good.
He's gonna say something. Okay, I won't give Anthony the donuts. I'll make sure
Yes.
he get a nice Kindle with his name and or something because he really that's my buddy. He helps out so much and he gives me
That's
like
good.
private tea sessions
That's
on what
good.
to say, what not to say. And he also connects all of us together. So if you are watching the
That's
replay,
great. That's great.
please, if you're watching the replay, please, if you are interested in attending Russ College, Russ College is on the Common College app. They are also, Mr. Jefferson will give his contact information if he hasn't before. But I have truly enjoyed this hour with you today. Thank
Uh,
you for your transparency. Thank you for your testimony. Because the goal is that somebody will be touched by it. And like you said, Russ
Absolutely.
College is a hidden gem that people don't
Oh
know
yeah.
about.
It
So
is. It is. It is. Again, I appreciate it for you allowing us definitely to be on. Shout out definitely to this organization. I was told we were the first to do this. So I'm definitely excited about that. So
yes, it's
definitely anybody out there, yeah, we appreciate that. Many may come on, but there can only be one first.
oh Lord, here you go. You'll get me in trouble.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but see, we definitely appreciate it though. And like I said, any opportunity that we have actually to get exposure to the institution, we definitely greatly appreciate it. So if you guys want to contact me, another thing that we're doing, we have also started to do in-person tours on our campus. I think in the
Oh,
last month or so, I've done like six or seven tours. So they really have been coming in. A lot of them have been coming Black application students. So if you guys want to do tours, we are one of those schools. We are open to in-person tours. Now we're kind of minimizing the number of guests that we have. So we do a max on our tours of five, no more than five, and you have to wear a mask, of course.
well, I
But
am rolling.
along with following that protocol, come on, y'all need to come. Come on. Now we have fun on our tours. And I tell my students all the time now, if you come to Rush for a tour, I only have one request.
Uh-oh,
And
that's
that
scary.
request is you have to you no, it's a good request. The only
Okay.
request that I have is you have to come hungry because we're gonna eat.
Okay, well then I'm on my next making my reservation.
Come on. You
That's been
gotta come hungry
I
because we
know it's Southern
definitely eat on our tours.
hospitality.
That's a part of the tour. Yes, that's a part of the tour. Get you a meal. Let me tell you something. We have some people in our cafeteria that throws down. You hear me? You want to get you some pork chops, some stuffed mashed potatoes. Come on, we got you. Come on, come
Okay,
on.
I'm coming.
So you have to
Well, one
come
of my
hungry.
kids
So
is in
we're
Russ,
definitely going to eat. Come on, we're definitely going to
and one of my kids
eat.
is
Come on,
in
you welcome anytime. So we, yeah, we try to make it an experience too because our president is very involved in the recruiting process. So when our students come on campus tours, they always get a chance to sit down and chat and meet with her, which is kind of a cool experience, to come on the campus and definitely be able to have a conversation with the president. So definitely shout out to Dr. Taylor. So you're definitely going to be able to do that, tour the campus. Like I said, we're going to eat. And
Wow.
another thing we do that's kind of unique on our tours is that if our students participate, the students that are coming, if they participate in any type of extracurricular activities, we do auditions for them right then. So that
Oh,
means that if you're in the band, if you're in the choir, like I did a tour this Saturday, and the student was in the choir, she did audition with the choir director, and she got a scholarship right there on the spot.
okay. So
So
I
if
need
you
we
participate
need
in
to
any,
load up the bus.
yeah, yes. So if you participate in
Load
any
up the
type of
bus. We on our way.
extracurricular, absolutely. We're going to do those auditions for you on the spot. If you play sports, we're going to get you hooked up with the coaches while you're there. And if they're available, they'll schedule a workout for you while you're there. So we try to get it all done in one pop, especially if you're coming from far off now. Let's go ahead and do all of it now. We don't want you coming from all over the nation and then you don't have access to everything that you want to do. So we make sure that when our students come on our campus for a tour, it's not a tour, we call it an experience. We want you to have experience rush when you leave there. Okay. So
Okay.
definitely do that. So if you guys want to call me, yeah, if you want to call me. My number is, and I'm going to say it slow in case somebody watch this and want to write it down. Okay. My number is 662-471-8686. Okay. That's my work number there, y'all. 662-471-8686. If you want to email me, you can email me at tjefferson. That's TJEFFERSON. The number three at rushcollege.edu. So you guys can contact me, call me, text me, email me, whatever you need. We definitely go ahead and get you guys processed. If you want to apply, call me, let me know you've applied and issue the transcript. We'll go ahead and get your letters out. You want to come for a tour, give me a shout. We'll set that up. You'll meet Dr. Taylor, and then I'll make sure that you go home. When you go home, you get to go to sleep because you're going to be full.
Okay.
Okay? Sure. Unless you're driving now. If you're driving, you're going to stay woke. But for the students, y'all going to be good and full when you go home because you have to come to my campus hungry because we're going to eat. Okay, that's a part of the experience. Okay,
Works
so
for me.
but
I'm
yes,
telling
y'all definitely call me. Definitely call. We would love to have you guys become a part of the Backcat family next year. It's so much buzz in the air about the direction that we're going, because of the administration change and all of the new things that we're doing on campus to enhance the campus and enhance our students' experience. So we want you guys to come and be a part of that. Fall 2021, Bearcat Nation, stand up, baby. It's our time. It's our time. So it's our time. So we definitely are excited about it. So y'all call me and contact me, and I'd love to talk to you guys further for sure.
Okay. Well, it's sad to see you go because I've enjoyed this
I know.
conversation. But um, before you go, we always like our guests to give like their final thoughts to motivate our scholars. Because like
Absolutely.
so, I am going to give you this time before we close. And if you're watching the replay, please, please, please look into Russ. Look into the Common College app.
Please.
um, Russ tuition is extremely markable because I was listening like, wait a minute, you do this, you get 3.5, you qualify for this, you don't have to do two. I listen, but I do
That's
want
what
to
I'm
also
saying.
thank you for sharing all those experiences with us. But I am going to let you do your final thought. And after the final thought, I'll
Absolutely.
come back in. And but I did want to say thank you from a better chance for you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you too. And I just want to say definitely to all of the students out there, as I said before, that this monster, this animal that is COVID-19 has impacted so many of our lives, and not just with the individuals that have lost loved ones, but even with even our students out there trying to actually matriculate and adjust to this new mode of learning, this new mode of thinking, trying to balance this virtual experience and then with the added pressures and anxieties of trying to, get these tests done, and the ACT is constantly canceling. So it's created a different sense of anxiety for our students. But I want you guys to be encouraged during this time. I want you to stay focused for sure on the end goal, and to know that who you are, what you've done, and what you've accomplished up to this point, it is enough. Don't doubt the greatness that lies within you. Don't doubt the things that you've already done and had to overcome to even get to this point or to get to this state in your life. But to definitely stay focused, stay energized. Keep your mindset on the end goal and what it is that you have a desire to accomplish, and go and get it because you can. We're definitely in support of you guys. We're definitely rooting for you guys again. We would love for you guys to become a part of our family on next fall. But even if you don't, I want you guys to just reach for the stars for sure, and go out and accomplish everything that you set your mind out to, because you have the intangibles, you have the fortitude to do so, and we appreciate and love you guys.
Okay, well, thank you for that. You have a couple of questions in the chat. You have one.
Come on, I'll take them.
I'm sorry. I know we said we was closing, but I do want our parents to get their
No, it's
question.
fine.
Um, can she?
Sure.
Can I schedule a tour for January 5th? I want to go. You said feed, and you already had my interest.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you can. Again, just contact me. I get the contact information again in case you didn't get it. Call me. Cell phone number 662-471-8686. Email me tjefferson3@russcollege.edu, and we definitely can set up a tour for January 5th. Just let me know what time. I let my president know. Let the cafeteria folks know we coming, and we're gonna eat and have a good time. But yeah, definitely contact me. We can set it up.
And then you have oh, okay. That's Mr. Brian asking being silly. And
What did he
then
say?
he said, how can you have stuffed mashed potatoes? I don't know.
Tell me, you gotta come on down to Mississippi. We can show you, baby. Come on down to Mississippi. We'll show you how.
Well, I know I'm coming because the menu you said already. And then he also was
Okay,
asking
you
questions
better come
about
on.
the communications department. Is the communication department,
Mhm.
have they improved, or how's that going?
Yeah, it definitely had. Now, Rush has one of the, as far as liberal arts school goes, we have
Mm.
one of the best mass communications programs in the nation. One thing that's kind of unique about our program is that our students actually start hands-on training in their communication
Wow.
development as a freshman. They start
Okay.
immediately when they hit the ground running at our school. So that kind of gives them more hands-on experience. So we've had several students to leave out of the program and accomplish great things. We have one grad, he's now an executive producer for ESPN. We
Cool.
have another one, his name is Carvis Jones. He just won an Emmy Award this year, living and working out of Atlanta. So we've had several students to come out and do well in that, and especially them being able to engage in every facet of
Yeah.
mass communication as a freshman is kind of a big deal for sure.
So, so do you have like a radio station, a campus radio station ran by
Yes,
this?
we
Okay. Okay.
yes we have a radio station and a TV station that's right down the campus and is ran by our student body. So our
Okay.
students are the producers, they're the news anchors, they're the television directors, they're the audio board director, they're the engineers, they're everything. And so we do shows there, we do newscasts, everything right there on the campus, and our students run.
Oh wow. Well, that's good. One of my parents,
Yep.
I think her son has actually been in the newsletter. He's applied. He's a lot of my seniors this year, and I just have to brag on my babies. A lot of my seniors this year that are in a
Hmm.
Yes for Youth, they are not playing any games. They have, I don't even think it's even one that has less than a 3.0. So they
Oh
have,
wow.
yeah, they're like, well, how come they on me?
Wow.
Honestly, they are on me. How come they didn't talk back to me? What's going on? They didn't send me an email. My seniors are not playing games this year. They like, we getting scholarships and we want them
Yeah.
before the end of the school year. We don't want to guess where we going. So I'm extremely proud of them.
Yeah. Tell them
And
tell them to call me. Yeah, call me. We can get them out.
okay,
Call
now don't
me.
be
Like call me
surprised.
for my role for sure.
You might get a couple calls and say, hey, we watched you on our weekly webinar and you told us to
Call
call you.
me.
They will, so don't be surprised.
Please
So
call me. Text me. I want you to.
okay. So we are really ending this time. He gave his final thought. Um, if you have
Absolutely.
need to schedule a tour, I know I'm so silly. I have lost my train of thought for a moment. If you have any interest in Russ, which it is a beautiful gym, please reach out to Mr. Jefferson. He will take your call any time of day because I'm always sending messages, sometimes early in the morning, sometimes late at night, trying to make sure my babies get their information. But we truly appreciate you spending this hour with us on this Sunday
Absolutely.
in your busy schedule.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate it.
Uh,
And anything we can do, like if you have students there that, like you said, experienced a hardship, we can send them a care package, but we'll talk about that offline. If you just have some students that need that extra love, we have a program called Motivational Mailings, and we send things to
mhm.
students that need that. So just hit us up,
Absolutely.
each other,
We
and
sure will do that. Again, thank y'all so much.
yes, and yes, you are the
Of
first.
course. We appreciate
You are the first.
it.
But no, have a
We
good one. Thank you
appreciate
for
it. We appreciate
watching. And if you have questions for him, please reach out to him. He will reach back out. And again, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you.
it. All right. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it.